Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another episode of North Alabama Law Review presented by Johnston and Weston. I'm Shauna Hill, your host, and today we have joining us Mr. Christopher Weston and Mr. Bennett Driggers. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Morning.
We hope you guys are staying safe and enjoying this holiday weather that we have coming our way. But today, regarding the holidays, we're going to jump into our trending topic. So this one is regarding holiday shopping. And this part of year, we can see that there's scams going on. And we really need to learn how to protect ourselves, our assets, and any other, stuff we may experience when it comes to passing out our information to vendors when we're buying things for the holidays or even for our home in particular. So guys, what recommendations can you provide to us on how to keep ourselves safe?
You want first? You want me first?
Go ahead.
Okay. So the first thing I tell people that actually most people do not know is that there are ways of verifying a business. Lots of ways of verifying a business. Some of them people know, Better Business Bureau, online reviews, going through and checking what other people have said about them. But like I've said in the past, if you get on there and there's nothing but good reviews and you don't have the occasional, irate individual, red flag, right? Because that can be a PR firm, that can be a lot of different things. Or everyone may just love them. I don't know. But another way to do it, it does happen, I'm assuming. Maybe not. You got to have the occasional crazy in there. You're really not serving the public. Sorry about that. But all of that being said is another way to do it is that if you go on their webpage or in their terms and conditions, which happens, as most places have them, and then you can see what state they're incorporated in, or you can see where this business is from. Most states, all the states I'm aware of anyway, especially down here in the Southeast, you can go online to the Secretary of State for that state, and you can check that business. It's just a business entity search. It's it's completely free, and you can verify that business does in fact exist. There's also some markers here for a good business versus a bad business, right? And that is, again, the presence of reviews, who they're using as their, payment service, places like PayPal, places where they take credit cards, things like this, that, check who the credit card servicer is for them. They'll usually list that, like when you go to click to pay, it'll say you are being redirected and this is who's going to process your payment. Check that company as well, if it's not someone well known. But, also be aware is that a lot of companies store your credit card information. Even if you don't click that little box that says save it, for their payment processing, a lot of companies will keep a running record of all of that information. And so be aware of, who is storing that information and how many different places you are storing it. So what I do personally is when I go buy gifts, obviously I'll keep the receipt for a while, but I'll also keep just kind of a running list of where I've used my card. And so, and you compare that with your receipts. And if you see, charges that have come through that are, not verified or not permitted by you, you can kind of track where that came from, because most of the time, like let's say you buy something for $20 and you go through, not that I'm not that cheap at Christmas, okay, I'm just using that as an example, but if you go through and you don't see that $20 charge, but you see a $5,000 charge, you can do a process of elimination and go, okay, well, this place took my card information, never actually gave me the service, but now I have a giant charge. That's, kind of a way to narrow that down. So, we're a big supporter of local business here, at our firm and, for North Alabama Law Review. And so I'm not saying only go with well-known providers, okay? That's not a great way to help local business. It's not a great way to get what you're looking for a lot of times during the holiday season either. But what you do want to do is just take some reasonable precautions. Either know the vendor, verify the vendor, or go through a reputable service provider for the payment. And so that's something I always tell people to check, is that if you are dealing with a company you've never dealt with, if it's just an online place, really focus on who their payment provider is. Because if they do not have one and you're just literally giving the company your information, that's where you want to be careful. Because, Bennett, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but there's no company I know of that just literally runs its own credit card processing. It's always going to be through somewhere like a Square or a Visa or a PayPal or something like that. And so a big red flag, and I would recommend to people, don't put your information into a place like this without making a phone call, some kind of major verification, is a company or a, solicitation that says, okay, well, give me your information just on your own. Give it to me directly. That's where you run into a major problem, because it should be a servicer that comes through and actually processes your payment. And if you can verify the servicer, well, then again, you'll trigger those insurances if it's scam or whatever it happens to be, unless you are authorizing it, which you will be. So just be very careful about how much you authorize. Because if they take more than you authorize now, again, insurance will kick back in.
And keep in mind that most businesses aren't out there trying to scam you or take your money. They're legitimate businesses, but there are things to look for, as Chris was saying. So just be aware. And these days, most platforms that are big shopping platforms, and we won't give them free advertising here, but they're very protected. So, the biggest thing is protect your information and who you give it to. Also, keep in mind you can always check your statements on a regular basis, especially during the holidays. If it's a debit card or a credit card, that's when a lot of things occur. So be on top of that, and as soon as you find something that you did not authorize, call your bank or the credit card company, report it right away. And most of the time they'll help you recover those monies. It just depends on the action that you take. So just be very careful. Watch out for scams during the holiday that don't just involve credit cards. There are companies that can mimic other companies on Facebook, and you think you're buying directly from the main manufacturer, but it ends up you're buying from a third party who will send you a little toy that's like a third of the size of what you really were supposed to order.
That happened to you, Ben.
That did happen to me.
Man. I'm calling you out. I remember when you got that one.
And so I did report that. I did get my monies back, and I even got to keep the little toy, but hey, didn't do me any good. But the point is, just be real careful, especially with Facebook, and I'm not just calling them out, and other platforms like that. Make sure you can verify the company. Again, like Chris was saying, look it up and make sure it's legit. But people are getting better and better at these fraud things. So buy from legitimate sources is what I'll say.
Yeah.
Make sure you can verify and you have somebody you can contact.
Touching base on what happened to you, we see that a lot, especially as social media is advertising products that we can buy for the holidays. We all know, for instance, jewelry stores run specials around the holidays. We have seen social media ads where you can click thinking you're shopping at Zales, and it ends up being a third-party site that sends you plastic jewelry.
I'm glad you brought that up, is that, again, it comes back to what I've said before, and I think it was actually in the last episode, is I said, if you're undertaking a large endeavor, take extra precautions. So just so we're not giving just kind of general info here, is that if you're going to buy from just a completely unknown vendor and you're just kind of getting the ick from it, I think is what they call it now, do not undertake a very large purchase with them. Right? And, you can take certain precautions out there, one of which being, if it's something that's relatively inexpensive, you can go get one of those prepaid Visa cards at grocery stores for up to $500. Then that way, you put that information in, it's got a limit on it, and then they can't take any more. It won't approve anymore. So, if you just really see something you really, really want, but you're concerned about it, get one of those cards. And if it's more than $500 and you really can't verify anything about the business, probably don't buy it from them. Okay? Just realistically. So yeah, I just wanted to add that in, that there are precautions you can take where you set limits or get cards with limits on there to where there's a limit on what could be scammed, even if it is a scam.
Gotcha. That's a very smart idea because, like you said, when you buy these prepaid cards, they can only charge what you put on the card, so they can't wipe out your whole bank account.
And
So.
you know me and technology and my everlasting trust of it, you know, which does not exist.
Yeah.
Well, I do have a couple questions today, of course, that we want to ask from our viewers. So the first one, Chris, I'm going to pass this one to you. I was receiving Social Security after my wife passed away, and now I am being told that I need to pay back money after already receiving it for a couple years.
Yeah, now, again, it's going to be dependent on what that money was paid for. But generally speaking, you will have to pay that back, okay? Because, again, now if it was a death benefit, if it was, you know, again, it says Social Security here, but sometimes it can be federal retirement or something like that. So, but limiting it to Social Security, if somebody passed away and they were no longer supposed to be receiving that money and you collected that money and used that money without notifying them, yeah, that is money that would be due back. And so is that to say that's not necessarily Social Security fraud unless, again, you know, you knowingly kept that money and you knew it wasn't due to you. Okay, now a lot of times what we see in a situation like this is people make assumptions. Okay, so and I'm not saying anyone is knowingly committing fraud because I obviously don't know all the facts and circumstances. It doesn't sound like it. What it sounds like is a situation I've run into a lot of times with clients where they assume that the governmental agency is going to keep tabs on these things and that if they're getting money, well, then they're supposed to get that money. And it seems a little bit of a bait and switch is like, well, I didn't have anything to do with starting the payments or continuing the payments. Why am I now the one responsible for shutting them off? Like, you're the government, like you're supposed to take care of that, you know, because you're the one, you know, we filed the death record, we filed, you know, and a lot of times when there has been Social Security fraud alleged, I will use that as a defense. Like, all these things were filed that this person had passed away and you chose to keep sending the money. So a lot of times it's not fraud. What it will be is a misunderstanding of the law. And because of that, because there is a little bit of, you know, lack of notice or lack of oversight on both ends, you can negotiate how that is paid. Okay, so just because you owe it back, and even though those letters say you better pay it all back right now, you can work out a payment plan, especially people on a fixed income or when they need the Social Security. You can a lot of times just call them and say, look, this is what I can afford, down to, I believe, like $25 a month, and say, look, I will pay this off over time in this payment arrangement, okay? And that is usually what we do in situations like that is, you know, it's a phone call, okay? I'm sorry, I didn't know. We turned all of this in. I thought I was due this money. And so because of that, you know, I cannot afford to pay all of this back. A lot of times they are judgment proof when you have that kind of a situation. And if you are, I'm sorry you're going through that. But do know it's not life ending, okay? It's not world ending. Go ahead, make that phone call or come to us to do it for you, or somebody. Make that phone call, explain the situation, and work out a payment plan. What you don't want to do is let yourself get trapped into a situation where you're going, well, you know, yeah, I should have known, or yeah, you know, I kind of suspected. Don't. Be specific. The person passed away. You turned in all the appropriate documents for them having passed away. The money kept coming. And, you know, you were not aware, which is what I'm going to assume here on the question. If you did know, come and see a lawyer, okay? See a criminal lawyer. I don't want to give advice on how to get away with fraud on television because you shouldn't do that and you shouldn't get away with it. But if this was an honest mistake, then make that phone call, explain very clearly what the mistake was, and ask to be able to pay it down in, you know, small payments. If they will not do that, you can ask for a waiver too. There are forms where something like this has occurred. You can ask for forgiveness. You can ask for a waiver depending on the situation, including economic hardship a lot of times. But if you get to that point, definitely come and see a Social Security lawyer, okay, to help you process that. Yeah.
Let me add something to this as one who handles a lot of estates and things that in that time when you lose a spouse like this, it's a rough time. I understand that, and sometimes we do overlook things. But in this situation, it sounds like they did what they were supposed to do. So the thing you can always do is we have great folks down at the Social Security office here in Huntsville. I've been down there with clients before to try and clear things up. If you have doubts about whether you should be receiving that, or if you just want to check to make sure this doesn't happen to you, if you start receiving this money and you want to verify it's legitimate and you should be receiving that amount, go down there. They have a good system down there. You grab a number, you go to the window, and they will explain all that to you in very clear language, and they'll get it straight so that you know that you're not doing anything wrong and that you won't end up with a letter a year down the line that says, by the way, you owe the United States government all this money. You know, that's nothing. Nobody wants to receive that letter. So take those steps. If when in doubt, check, just to make sure. Don't assume that everything was done correctly, even though they try, but think about the number of folks in the United States that are on Social Security or Social Security handles. It would be easy for them to make a mistake too. So protect yourself in all circumstances like this. Just verify with them, hey, am I supposed to be receiving this? And they'll tell you. They're not going to hold back. So that's just a practical suggestion.
Oh, yeah. No, that's great. Yeah.
All right, thank you, guys. The next question is regarding, it looks like maybe homeowners. This person wrote in, I have a water leak issue that is causing my water bill to go up drastically. I have the power company and leasing company pointing fingers at each other, but no one is helping me, and it is costing me money. What are my rights, and what can I do?
We have actually run into this on several occasions. So I'll explain something. As a homeowner or a person who's leasing a home or an apartment, anything before the water meter is the responsibility of the water company. And if any pipes break before the meter, they are the ones that are coming out to fix that. Your water bill wouldn't be going up if it was before the meter anyways, but anything after the meter is the landlord's responsibility or the homeowner's responsibility. So if you're leasing, that's clear of who's responsible at that point. Now, the landlord may not get out there right away to fix it. You just got to notify them, put them on notice, especially if it's a water leak. Sometimes a water leak doesn't mean you don't have water coming into your house. You may not even know it's leaking until you see something in your yard or big puddles forming, or your grass is soft, or your driveway's collapsing. You know, you might not even notice that. But the point is once you do, put the landlord on notice to come out and repair that. A lot of times, not all the time, the utility company will give a credit, but if they don't, then you can ask the landlord for reimbursement for those monies. If they're not willing to reimburse you for those monies, it's probably going to be a small claims issue. You can file a small claims court, depending on the amount of it, obviously. But there's ways to try to get your money back. But if you need help, assistance with just drafting a letter, as simple as that, to the landlord in these situations, we would be glad to talk with you about that. But keep in mind, if it's the landlord's responsibility because it's in the yard, between the yard and the house, or a pipe under the house, they're responsible ultimately. So there are ways to recoup your monies even if you have to repair it, so that you don't keep getting these high water bills.
Yeah, you know, and kind of on the heels of that, this is a situation we see a lot, Bennett, when it comes to people waiting until it's a catastrophe, right? Until it's at the breaking point, because they don't want to get the legal advice or come in and spend the money on a letter because they're like, well, you know, I don't want to throw money at this when I'm already losing money on my water bill. This is one of the prime examples of just a little bit of being proactive can save you so much on the back end. The appropriate notice, the type of notice, it being a 14-day letter pursuant to the statute that guarantees that the landlord is on notice. You don't want to let this stretch on for a year or two, which sometimes that does happen, unfortunately. Stretches on, and now you're at the financial breaking point and trying to deal with this situation in court, and you don't necessarily have all the proof. Now, you will likely in that situation have enough, but it makes it more of a gray area, more of a negotiation, rather than literally being able to just put these statutory requirements in front of the judge and go, we did this, this person is wrong, and it's cost me a great deal. Do not anything like this that deals with anything growing, flowing, falling. Don't wait, okay? Like, just really don't. And I know it's hard to kind of pay those monies up front, but do it. It'll be, I can't think of a single time, Bennett. I cannot think of a single time where someone has done that and it has not saved them thousands and thousands of dollars on the back end, because you have everything set up. And when you do, even if you're dealing with someone who's a little bit unscrupulous, if they know that you are loaded for bear, you're less likely to have to fight the bear. Okay? Like, that's been my experience.
He's the bear.
A teddy bear, a giant teddy bear.
Well, we do have a couple more questions. Bennett, I'm going to let you jump into these questions.
I'll put both of you on the spot this time.
Not
We'll
again.
start with Chris.
Oh.
So, Chris, what crimes do your favorite Christmas movie characters actually commit?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I've got a list of these. Okay, actually, that is very apropos. So, as those of you at home, the lawyer mind doesn't always turn off at the end of the day the way that you wish it could.
Never.
And my sons love the Grinch movies. They love the Grinch movies. They love a lot of these, Polar Express and a lot of these other movies, Polar Express-based movies. I mean, you see everything from child endangerment, kidnapping, felony breaking and entering. Oh, man, like, just Dr. Seuss's books alone crack me up, because, like, I love The Grinch That Stole Christmas. But, I mean, you're talking grand larceny on a town-wide scale. And then he shows up and goes, yeah, I mean, seriously. And then, like, lying to a little kid. He's standing in there with a toddler being like, I'm going to get you some water, and then I'm going to get back out the chimney. It's like, bud, like, that's how you go to jail forever. Okay, like, that's how you run that whole situation. And, I mean, it's the little things that get me with that, because it's like, you put all that stuff into a giant sack. Like, how much of that stuff is not going to end up broken? How much food poisoning occurred when you took stuff out of the fridge, the last can of Who Hash, that I'm assuming is some kind of fermented cabbage? And it's like, everyone gets sick. He cut the roast beef himself, and then everyone went to the hospital. Like, there's like huge personal injury, huge breaking and entering. And I mean, all these ones where these kids climb on the magic train. Whatever it happens to be. But you are an adult, and you took a bunch of kids with their parents' lack of knowledge onto a magical train.
Kidnapped them at night.
Yeah, I mean, literally every stub toe is your fault. Like, and you've literally just kidnapped children for 24 hours. Like, you are a walking, rolling Amber Alert. Like, what are you doing? Like, I mean, that's why Santa Claus comes to your house and drops stuff off. He doesn't take the children to the presents, okay? Like, that is kidnapping. Don't do it, okay? Like, 100%. Oh, yeah. So,
Shauna, you have any additions?
Well, I like Home Alone, so like I can't blame Kevin McAllister for anything, but definitely the thieves.
No, that was self-defense, okay?
Exactly.
He was defending himself because they came into the house. That's not porch pirating. Kevin McAllister is a personal hero, okay?
I just want to know the liability the parents had for leaving his kid at home.
He was doing kid
accidentally.
renovations. He was doing house renovations while he was at home alone, okay?
Look, he didn't know they were going to come up those stairs. He just prepped if they did. And since he's a minor, absolutely fine. There is so much good stuff in that. Oh, yeah.
All right, next one. Elf on the Shelf. Creepy surveillance device or lawful?
We call that the garbage disposal, because if I ever see an elf on a shelf, he is being disassembled and literally put in the garbage disposal. Okay, I'll tell you right now, elf on the shelf.
I'm a mom of 3 boys, so we don't need elf on a shelf for chaos in my house.
Yeah. Yeah. Little red nasty man on my shelf watching. Nope. Absolutely not. That's how you end up in the trash can.
So my grandkids loved those when they were babies. They really did. But yeah, it borders on creepy surveillance device in my opinion. Anyways.
Agreed.
So, can the Grinch claim temporary insanity for all his crimes?
He can. Yes.
Yeah, and if you want to know the specific argument I would go through is, look, just like I told you guys earlier, saying I don't know is about the worst thing that you can do if you're claiming or defending liability. Very beginning of that movie, he goes, they don't know why he was so cranky toward Christmas. It could have been shoes that were too small, heart too small. That's a physical disability. He's not getting the blood flow to his brain. That is absolutely not his fault, okay? It affected his cognitive processes. That's why he did something so ridiculous like make a dog pull a giant sled. That was delusional. We don't even know if he really did that or not because everything got returned.
Some people do not do that.
Huh?
He can much claim that.
So what I'm hearing is, would he qualify for disability?
Oh, absolutely. He's living in a cave. He has no
his
housing.
His heart's not the right size.
Yeah, exactly right. Literally, he's not got medical coverage. His heart's not the right size. He doesn't even notice his shoes are too small. And he's up there tying sticks onto dogs, living in a rock cave. Oh, absolutely. I could sell that up one side and down the other. Absolutely.
All right.
Disabled.
And the question that has been going on for years, and it refers to the movies that Bruce Willis made, is Die Hard a Christmas crime movie?
Oh, absolutely. And anyone who says wrong is not only wrong, but they're liable. Okay, that is slander, it is defamation, and it is private nuisance. Okay.
It is not a Christmas movie.
It is 100%.
An action movie during Christmas.
He was there to see his wife. He brought a present, just like Santa Claus. They invited him there, and then things ensued. Okay, I mean. He saved Christmas. Okay, that's
all right,
what
Bennett,
he did.
you're the deciding factor.
I would say he saved Christmas that year for those people he saved. Okay.
So
I'll have to say it was a Christmas movie. He did good deeds against those terrorists. Okay.
All right,
now he did have some bad language, but we'll go with that.
Yeah.
Look,
Shauna.
Here's the deciding factor. This right here. If he had not done what he had done, would Christmas have been ruined? That's the test.
There you go.
That's very fair. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. If you have any questions you want to submit to us, please send them into legalhelp@jmmtlawfirm.com. We'll be happy to answer them on air, and you can send us more Christmas questions as well. Thank you guys so much again. We hope to see you next week. Have a good day.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.